When I first met my girlfriend, she ignited a fire in me to get back into school so I get a better job, so I become a provider. Prior to meeting my girlfriend, I was working part-time at Costco and enjoying all the money and free time I had in myself. I would spend most of my days playing video games, playing with my friends, and eventually I learned that it's never too late to make a change in your life for the better. Many people have been in my situation before, but I feel like it's too late to make a change, but all it takes is one step in the right direction. Today I'll tell you about how I'm making a change in my life for the better. For the past 6 years, first I'll talk about my life for the past 6 years out of high school, then how my life changed when I met my girlfriend, and lastly why I chose the medical field. The past 6 years have been a bit of a, First, let me tell you my life for the past 6 years out of high school. I first graduated out of high school in 2019, and I was unsure what I wanted to do. I thought I would become a police officer like my dad, becoming a firefighter, and even getting into a trade like becoming an electrician, but none of it really stuck with me. So I decided to put off school and start working at Costco. My first part-time job at Costco in early 2020. And once I started working at Costco and getting those checks, it felt really good to be able to buy whatever I wanted and do things I couldn't do previously. But after a couple of years in Costco, my parents told me that I should get back into school while I'm working part-time because life's gonna be really hard if I decide to stay there at Costco. But I didn't listen to my parents, and I got comfortable there at Costco. I was around 18 to 20 at the time, thinking I could make things work off the money I was making at Costco. Fast forward 4 years, and I was now 23, still working part-time at Costco, and that's when I met my girlfriend, who was a seasonal worker at Costco. Now I talk about my life for the past 6 years out of high school. Now I'll talk about how my life changed when I met my girlfriend. When I first met my girlfriend, I knew things would be special between us from the very start. First, we started talking, then we started dating. After a couple months of dating, I made things official between us. After a couple more months, that's when things really clicked in my head. That if I was gonna stay at Costco, things were gonna be really hard to move out and then take the next step in life. So I started looking at new things that would pay me more, that we could move out, have kids, and have a home to call ours. I started looking at career paths through college. I wasn't really good at school as a kid, but knowing that I wanted to provide for my future family and live comfortably makes me so determined to get back into school and get my degree. Now I'm 24, back in school, and completing my prereqs. That way I can get into the medical field. Now that I've talked about how my life changed when I met my girlfriend, now I'll talk about why I chose the medical field. I feel like the medical field, to my understanding, has so many different paths you can take that will pay you really good, no matter which route you decide to choose. I've done some research already, and I've kind of narrowed down my focus to 4 different options. Maybe I want to become an RN, either my associate's or bachelor's degree, but currently my bachelor's. Maybe become a CNA. I was thinking about X-ray tech, or even becoming a CRNA. But I'm sure in the future, once I get closer to getting into one of those programs, my decision will change. But at least for now, I'll be happy in any one of those career paths. Another thing that reeled me into the medical field was how flexible it can be. I can work as little as I want, like maybe 2 or 3 shifts a week, upwards to like 5 or more. And at least as an RN, I could work 8, 10, or 12-hour shifts. And that's what really hooked me in, because then I could work 3 shifts a week, 3 12-hour shifts a week, and then have 4 days off to be with my family and watch football. That's my favorite during the season. And the past 6 years have been a bit of a bumpy road, but I feel like I'm on the right path to making a big change. First, talk about my life for the past 6 years out of high school. Then I talked about how my life changed when I met my girlfriend. And lastly, I talked about why I chose the medical field. I hope I was able to get my point across that it's never too late to make a change in your life. No matter if you're 18, in your 30s, in your 50s, it's never too late to achieve the goals you desire. Just take things slow, take things one step at a time, and eventually you'll find yourself right where you want to be. Let me show you this real quick. There we are.